a personal message written in your name. Countdown already started on your healing miracle. Why was it delayed for years? Archangel Michael explains. A message has been written, not in ink, not by the hands of men, but inscribed in the eternal records of heaven. It is a personal message bearing your name, carrying your identity, and sealed by divine authority. For years you have waited. For years you have prayed, hoping the answer would come sooner. Yet heaven, in its wisdom, held back what your heart longed for, not to deny you, but to prepare you. Now, the time of delay is breaking. The countdown has already begun, and your healing miracle is set in motion. Archangel Michael steps forth as the messenger of this word, declaring that the heavens have shifted in your favor. This message is not general. It is not for the multitude. It is written in the very chambers of eternity with your name inscribed upon it. Every tear you shed, every silent night when no answer came, every prayer whispered in the shadows, all were gathered and recorded. The pain you carried was not forgotten. The years you endured were not wasted. Heaven was listening, even when the earth was silent. Now the veil lifts. The reason for the delay will be revealed, and the hand of healing will no longer be restrained. Yet, this message comes with urgency. The countdown has begun, meaning every moment now carries divine weight. This is not the time to doubt, nor the time to fear. It is the time to open your heart, still your mind, and receive. For heaven does not pour into vessels that are closed, and healing does not enter where disbelief reigns. This word comes with condition: to listen, to obey, to remain still. Your miracle is not fragile, but it requires alignment. As Archangel Michael speaks, you must prepare your spirit to hear with clarity and faith. This is the hour heaven has chosen, and this is the word spoken directly into your name. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. Hear now the voice that breaks the silence. The heavens are not still. They are roaring with movement, with urgency, with countdown. And I, Michael, the warrior of heaven, the guardian of God's chosen, speak into your life with the fire of command. I come not in whispers, but in a clarion call, for your miracle of healing has been released from delay. The hourglass has already been overturned, and the sands of time are falling swiftly. The countdown has begun, and nothing in the earth, nor in the realm of darkness, can restrain what has already been set in motion. This message is for you, sealed with your name, inscribed in the eternal record. Do not mistake this word as common or general. It is specific, it is divine, it is appointed. You have endured the years of silence, and you have walked through nights that seemed unending. Yet today, I declare that the cycle of unanswered waiting is broken. By the rising of the sun, a shift will be felt in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. By the turning of the day, the weight you carried will begin to release. This is not wishful thinking. It is divine decree. Heaven has spoken, and heaven does not stammer. Yes, there were hidden hands that once interfered, shadowed forces that reached into your destiny and pressed pause upon your promise. But their grip has failed. Their chains have shattered, and their voices have been silenced. What once hindered you is now trembling before the authority of the Most High. The delay is expired, the contract of oppression has been voided, and your name is written on the scroll of healing. No more postponement. No more interruption. The countdown of heaven runs with precision, and it is already advancing toward you. Do you feel the stirring? Do you sense the urgency? This is not imagination. This is the sound of heaven's clock echoing in your spirit. The silence that once haunted you is breaking even now with revelation. You are not lost in the crowd. You are not overlooked. You are the one whose name is being spoken in the courts of eternity. You are the one whose healing has been commanded to manifest. And this word does not hover in possibility. It descends with certainty. I speak as one sent, not as one guessing. I speak as a messenger of war, who has seen the battle waged over your life, who has struck the sword against those who dared to delay you, who has stood guard while you slept, and who now announces your release. Lift your eyes, beloved of heaven, for your miracle has a date, and your healing has a countdown. Do not question how or when, for the hour has already struck. All you must do is receive, believe, and remain still under the shelter of this word. The countdown has started. The healing has been set. The word has been spoken. Heaven has moved. Type Amen in the comments to confirm this message. Blessing code 1414 now surrounds you. There is a mystery surrounding your healing, a mystery that has left you restless and questioning for years. Why did it take so long? Why did heaven not move when you cried out at midnight? Why did the breakthrough tarry when your body was weary, when your heart was heavy, when your spirit was stretched to breaking? Hear me. The delay was not a denial, but the mystery of unseen interference that warred against your name. For the enemy knew something you did not, that your healing was written and your miracle was set. They knew it was coming, though they did not know the hour. And so, they sought to frustrate, to hinder, to stall the divine clock. There were whispers against you, words spoken in secret chambers, betrayals from unexpected places, gossip that carried the poison of delay. And though you did not always see the source, you felt the sting. Nights when sleep refused you. Days when your body ached and no answer came. Moments when opportunities opened only to collapse in your hands. These were not accidents. They were strategies of darkness designed to exhaust your faith, to wear down your endurance, to make you surrender before heaven's time was fulfilled. But listen, even as they plotted, heaven wrote. Even as they delayed, heaven recorded. Your sleepless nights were not wasted. They were weighed on heaven's scale. Your tears watered the soil of your miracle, though you did not realize it. And now, as this word reaches your ears, the hidden interference is being exposed. The truth is this: what stood against you could only delay, but never destroy. They could only hold back the wave, but never stop the flood. Your healing miracle remained preserved, untouched, sealed until the appointed time. That is why your spirit has often felt unrest, like a storm pressing at the edge of your soul. You wondered, why do I feel something stirring when nothing around me has changed? because your spirit sensed what your eyes could not see, the war in the unseen, the tension between heaven's decree and earth's resistance. You were not overlooked. You were in the midst of a battle for timing. And now, the timing has shifted. The countdown has begun, and no hand can turn it back. Even now, as you hear this message, you feel the question rise: who delayed me? What blocked me? Why did I suffer while others advanced? But I tell you, the answer matters less than the revelation. For the enemy who hindered you has already been weakened, and the weight that pressed against you is now being lifted. Heaven's justice has entered the scene, and what once was hidden is now trembling under the light of truth. Your miracle is not late. Your healing is not lost. It is right on time, sealed in your name, carried through the fire, preserved through the betrayal, shielded through the whispers, and delivered in this countdown moment. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 7777 is now upon you. Beloved, as this revelation unfolds, I want to speak directly into your spirit. When you sow into this mission, you are not just giving to a channel, you are releasing light into souls who are waiting for their own countdown miracle. Every seed you release becomes oil in the lamps of those who are desperate for hope. God says, "He that sows bountifully shall reap bountifully," and this is not a distant word, it is alive for you right now. I invite you, if this word has touched your life, respond with a prophetic act. Use the super thanks, become a channel member, or plant your seed through the PayPal link in the description. As you do, may heaven multiply your harvest, may your healing accelerate, and may the oil of divine favor overflow in your life. Do not delay. Step into this moment. Release and receive. Beloved, understand this truth. Delay is never random. Delay is not chaos. Delay is the battlefield of the chosen. For those who carry a great calling, the road is often marked by resistance. You, whose name is inscribed in heaven's records, have been targeted not because you are forgotten, but because you are chosen. And the longer the delay, the clearer the sign of how precious, how weighty, how powerful your healing miracle truly is. The enemy has studied you. He has watched your faith, tested your patience, and tried to shatter your spirit. Yet every attempt to break you has only proven your strength. Every tear shed in silence has been gathered by the hand of God, placed in His bottle, written in His book. Heaven has recorded not just your endurance, but the atmosphere of your struggle. Nothing was overlooked. Every night you laid awake, God was watching. Every sigh from your weary soul echoed in eternity. And though it seemed as though heaven was silent, heaven was taking record. Your delay was not punishment. It was evidence of warfare. And warfare does not surround the ordinary. It surrounds the extraordinary. A vessel marked by heaven must be tested, pressed, and refined. Just as gold must pass through fire to reveal its purity, your life has been refined through delay to reveal the depth of your faith. You stood when others fell. You believed when others mocked. You endured when the world told you to surrender. And that endurance has not been wasted. It has been documented, weighed, and now is ready to be rewarded. Hear me, the eyes of God never left you. Though your prayers seemed unanswered, he was not absent. Though you felt ignored, he was attentive. Though you thought your miracle was lost in the storm, he was storing it in his treasury, preserving it for the exact moment that would not just heal you, but glorify him through you. This is why the delay existed. Not to harm you, but to frame your story so that when the miracle comes, none can deny that it was heaven's hand. Do not despise the years of waiting, for those years have been your preparation. Do not resent the nights of silence, for those nights have been your altar. Do not curse the pain you carried, for it became the incense that rose before the throne of God. And now, because your endurance has been proven, because your faith has been tested, heaven's scroll has been unsealed, and your countdown has begun. The enemy thought the delay would weaken you. Instead, it refined you. The enemy thought silence would silence you. Instead, it deepened your cry. The enemy thought setbacks would break you. Instead, they built you into a vessel that cannot be shaken. This is the divine irony. The very delay designed to destroy you has become the foundation of your strength. So now, lift your eyes. The war was not in vain. The conflict was not wasted. The scars you carry are testimonies that heaven's eyes never turned away. And now, the miracle delayed is the miracle being delivered. Type "I receive my miracle" in the comments if this word speaks to you. Blessing code 1919 has been released over your life. Hear the sound of the Spirit, for the atmosphere around you is no longer still. There is a trembling in the unseen, a shifting in the heavens, and even the opposition that once mocked your delay now senses the change. They can feel the countdown. They can feel the rising tide of your healing miracle. What once stood in arrogance against your promise is now shaking, for they know the confrontation is near. I, Michael, declare this to you. Within the next 72 hours, there will be a shift in your atmosphere. You will sense it in your spirit before you see it in your eyes. The air will feel lighter. The burden will begin to lift, and something within you will whisper, "It has begun." Do not dismiss it. Do not explain it away. That is the sign that heaven's hand is moving, that the countdown has reached its breaking point. The forces that delayed you are weakening. Their hold is slipping. Their strength is draining. They fought to hold you in chains, but their authority has expired. You are entering the hour of confrontation, where light overtakes darkness, where the decree of heaven silences every voice of delay. This is why you may feel unusual pressure even now, as though a storm is swelling around you. That pressure is not against you. It is for you. It is the storm before release, the trembling before breakthrough, the shaking before the door bursts wide open. For years, your healing was contested. For years, your promise was resisted. But every battle has an end, and the enemy cannot outlast eternity. The countdown is a divine clock, and it does not pause for fear nor bend for opposition. The appointed time has come, and heaven has announced your release. You must be prepared, for when the shift comes, it comes swiftly, suddenly, without warning to the natural eye, yet fully known in the spirit. I tell you now, gird yourself with faith. This is not the hour to grow weary, not the moment to doubt. The pressure will increase before the release, but do not confuse pressure with defeat. It is the groaning of creation aligning with your miracle. It is the final struggle before birth. Just as a woman in labor endures the greatest pain before delivery, so your spirit has endured the heaviest delay before release. And just as birth cannot be stopped once it begins, so too your healing cannot be withheld once heaven's countdown strikes completion. Take this as your warning. Do not let fear speak louder than faith. Do not let shadows blind you to the light breaking forth. The opposition is near collapse. The resistance is breaking apart. The decree of your release has already been spoken, and nothing can undo what has been written in your name. Within 72 hours, the shift will be undeniable. The countdown is not waiting. The confrontation is already set. The storm is rolling in, but it is not to destroy you. It is to deliver you. Stand firm, beloved of heaven. Your healing miracle is no longer delayed. Type "I stand ready" in the comments if you believe this prophetic word. Blessing code 8888 is now surrounding you with divine fire. Be still now, for this is the hour where stillness becomes your shield. I, Michael, speak with the authority of the throne. Silence is not weakness. Silence is your weapon. When the storm of transition rises, when the countdown quickens and the unseen begins to shake, do not let panic drive your steps. Do not let fear dictate your tongue. Instead, anchor yourself in stillness, for in the stillness I war for you. In your silence, I fight. In your surrender, heaven strikes. The temptation in this season will be to move in haste, to speak before the word matures, to act before the miracle manifests. But hear me, what is written in your name cannot be erased, and it does not require your striving to be fulfilled. You are not the architect of this miracle. You are the vessel through which it flows. The enemy wants you distracted, speaking too much, doubting too loudly, moving outside of alignment. But heaven calls you into a posture of trust, a sacred stillness that becomes your defense. Withdraw from fear. Let prayer cover your atmosphere. Observe in silence what heaven is already shifting. Do not engage the voices of doubt around you, for not everyone can perceive the countdown in your life. Some will mock. Some will question. Some will attempt to plant seeds of confusion. But remember this: they did not carry your tears, they did not endure your waiting, and they cannot comprehend the weight of your miracle. You are not called to explain, you are called to guard. Protect this word like a seed. Do not cast it before those who trample pearls underfoot. Be still, for silence is not absence. Silence is alignment. In the silence, you will hear whispers of heaven guiding you. In the silence, your spirit will sense the nearness of release. Do not fear the quiet, for the quiet is where angels move most swiftly. What is written in your name is sealed. No power of darkness, no word of betrayal, no delay of man can erase it. The miracle has already been signed by the hand of God, and your stillness keeps you aligned with its arrival. Say this aloud in faith: I will be still. I will not fear. What is written in my name cannot be erased. Let this declaration become your anchor when the atmosphere around you grows heavy. When the opposition rises, remember, I fight for you. When doubt whispers, remember, your countdown is already active. When fear shouts, remember, the silence of faith is stronger than the noise of the enemy. Beloved, you do not need to prove yourself in this hour. You do not need to defend your miracle. Heaven has already defended you. I, Michael, stand as your protector, your warrior, your shield. All you must do is stay in alignment. Stay in prayer. Stay in stillness. The countdown runs, and heaven moves swiftly. Do not let your tongue or your fear disturb what has already been sealed in your name. Be still, for your healing miracle is in motion, and no force can turn it back. Type I am protected in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 2244 now shields your life. Hear this now. You are not the same as when the delay began. Years have passed, nights have stretched long, prayers have been spoken, tears have been shed, and through it all, you have been transformed. You may not fully see it, but the waiting has reshaped you. The silence has forged something in your spirit that the rushing of answers never could. The person you were when the delay first began is not the person who now stands ready to receive the miracle. You have been refined, strengthened, and elevated through the very fire that once felt unbearable. The waiting broke pieces of you, yes, but it also awakened resilience. The unanswered prayers tested your patience, yes, but they also anchored your faith. The loneliness pressed against your heart, yes, but it also drew you closer to the God who never left your side. You thought the delay was crushing you, but in reality, it was stretching your wings. It was building your capacity to rise higher than you ever imagined. Just as an eagle stretches its wings against the storm, using the very wind that opposes it to soar to greater heights, so have you been lifted through resistance. A fire of delay has refined you. Every unanswered question became an ember that purified your faith. Every disappointment became a spark that strengthened your endurance. Every setback became a flame that burned away what could not follow you into this next season. And now, what remains is pure, steady, unshakable. You are not fragile. You are not broken beyond repair. You are unbreakable because of what you endured. Hear me clearly. Your healing miracle will not only restore what was lost, it will elevate you. It will not simply return you to who you were before the pain began. It will transform you into who you were always destined to be. This is the power of heaven's timing. Had the miracle arrived earlier, you would have received it in weakness. Now, you receive it in strength. Had the healing come before the testing, you might have wasted it in fragility. Now, you will guard it with maturity. Heaven has aligned your healing with your elevation. No longer see yourself as the victim of delay. See yourself as the victor who endured delay. No longer call yourself overlooked. Call yourself chosen. No longer think of yourself as the broken. Think of yourself as the refined. For the delay that once caused you pain has now become your platform for glory. The world will not simply see your healing. They will see the power of God revealed through your endurance. This is your empowerment. You have endured, and now you will rise. You have waited, and now you will walk in fullness. You have suffered, and now you will stand as a testimony of restoration. Your wings are stretched. Your fire is burning. Your spirit is rising. And your countdown is not just to a healing. It is to an elevation that no enemy, no delay, no betrayal, and no darkness can ever take from you. Type "I am elevated" in the comments if you receive this prophetic word. Blessing code 3030 is now activated in your life. Now hear the mystery reveal. The delay was not punishment. The delay was preservation. Heaven withheld what you longed for, not because you were unworthy, but because you were not yet fully aligned to receive it in its fullness. If your healing had come earlier, it would have landed on ground too fragile, on soil unprepared, on a vessel not yet refined. But heaven, in its infinite wisdom, delayed so that you would be ready, body, mind, and spirit united in strength. This is the truth. The delay was not a thief. It was a shield. The delay was not the end. It was a safeguard. It preserved you from premature blessing that could have slipped through your hands. It kept you from building on foundations too weak to hold the miracle. It ensured that when the healing finally arrived, it would be permanent, undeniable, and unstoppable. Heaven was not denying you. Heaven was aligning you. Your name has been written in light upon the scroll of eternity. Not with ink, not with fading words, but with eternal fire that cannot be erased. The enemy may have tried to cover it, but the covering was torn away. The delay may have hidden it, but the hiding has ended. Your name shines now in heaven's record as one whose miracle is in motion, whose countdown has already begun. Understand this. The reason the enemy fought so hard to delay you is because of the level of restoration written in your destiny. Your healing is not ordinary. It is extraordinary. It is not simply for survival. It is for testimony. When the countdown completes, your miracle will not just return you to health, but will propel you into the next level of calling. For heaven's signal has been released. Your countdown is not just about healing. It is about unlocking your next dimension. Can you feel it? The alignment of heaven pressing against your spirit. Can you sense the timing that now breathes down upon your life? This is not imagination. This is manifestation. The countdown is heaven's announcement that your alignment is complete. Your spirit is ready. Your vessel is prepared. And your miracle, once delayed, is now unstoppable. This is your prophetic revelation. The delay was for your good, the waiting was for your strengthening, and the countdown is for your unveiling. You are entering into the fullness of restoration, into the wholeness of divine timing. Nothing was lost. Nothing was wasted. Everything was stored for this very moment, your moment of release, your moment of healing, your moment of elevation. Type "My time has come" in the comments if you believe this prophetic revelation. Blessing code 4141 has now been unlocked for you. Beloved, as this revelation unfolds, remember, this channel is not just a voice. It is a vessel through which God's word is carried to souls who are desperate for their own countdown miracle. When you release a seed, whether through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you are not giving to man. You are sowing into eternity. Your support keeps the oil burning, the light shining, and the message of healing flowing into hearts across the nations. God says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." As you step into this act of faith, I declare that your giving will return as multiplied healing, multiplied strength, multiplied favor. Do not hold back when heaven is inviting you into action. Sow, and watch the rivers of restoration flow back into your life. The time has come to rise. The countdown is not a distant sound anymore. It is echoing in your spirit, pulsing through your very being, commanding you to activate what heaven has already written. You are no longer standing at the edge of promise. You are standing inside the appointed hour. This is where words must become declarations, where prayers must become affirmations, where silence must give way to holy agreement with heaven. For heaven has moved, and now earth waits for your response. Say this aloud: I receive my healing. I declare my countdown has begun. These are not empty words. They are prophetic keys. Each declaration you release aligns your spirit with the decree of heaven. Every yes you whisper pulls the miracle closer into manifestation. Heaven has set the table, but the invitation requires your agreement. The angels wait to move at the sound of your faith. I, Michael, stand ready to war with your words, for when you speak in alignment, the unseen responds with power. This is the moment where hesitation must die. No more retreating into doubt. No more shrinking back into fear. You have endured too much. You have waited too long to let hesitation rob you of your release. The delay was not meant to bury you. It was meant to raise you. The suffering was not meant to silence you. It was meant to awaken you. And now, your yes is the final key that unlocks what has been preserved for you all along. Understand this truth: destiny is not passive. Destiny responds to activation. It answers to declaration. It bows to the authority of faith-filled words. When you say, "I receive my miracle," you are not simply speaking. You are legislating in the spirit realm. You are stamping your name on what heaven has already written. You are saying, "This is mine. It belongs to me. It cannot be delayed any longer." And once spoken, those words cannot return empty. They travel into the unseen, breaking chains, shifting atmospheres, and pulling the countdown into full manifestation. Heaven is not waiting on angels. Heaven is not waiting on timing. Heaven is waiting on your yes. That yes does not need to be loud. It only needs to be true. It does not need to be perfect. It only needs to be surrendered. With every yes, you step deeper into alignment with what is written in your name. With every declaration, you remind the unseen world that your healing miracle is no longer negotiable. This is destiny's hour. Rise, beloved. Do not whisper your way into this moment. Proclaim your way into it. Do not hesitate at the threshold. Step boldly across it. The countdown has reached its peak, and now all of heaven looks to see your response. Lift your voice, lift your faith, lift your heart. For your destiny is not a hope, it is a reality. And the activation begins with you. Say it again, louder this time. I receive my healing. My countdown has begun. My destiny is unlocked. Type "My destiny is activated" in the comments if this word is yours. Blessing code 5252 has now been released over your life. There are moments in the heavens that cannot be heard with the natural ear. Moments where battles are decided, contracts are broken, and blessings are released without a sound. Right now, beloved, such a moment is unfolding. While your eyes have seen nothing, while your ears have heard no announcement, a silent exchange is taking place in the spirit realm on your behalf. Angels move swiftly, reclaiming what was delayed. Records are being adjusted, restoring to you what was stolen. The enemy thought your silence meant defeat, but in truth, your silence became heaven's courtroom, where every case against you is being overturned. Hear me, every night you cried was recorded as evidence. Every unanswered prayer was written into the file of your faith. While you felt forgotten, heaven was documenting. While you suffered in silence, heaven was preparing the release. And now, in this sacred exchange, all that was withheld is being returned. The ledger of your life is being rewritten with the ink of justice. What sickness tried to steal, heaven restores. What betrayal tried to rob, heaven replaces. What delay tried to bury, heaven resurrects. Do you not feel it? The atmosphere trembling though no word is spoken? That is the weight of transaction. That is the sound of heaven balancing the scales. For the spirit realm does not always thunder. Sometimes it whispers, and in that whisper mountains crumble and chains dissolve. You do not need to fight for what is already being signed in your name. All you need is to remain in faith, for the exchange is already in motion. This is why your spirit has stirred without reason. You sensed it before your mind could comprehend it. You felt the shift, though you could not explain it. Your inner being knows what your natural eyes cannot yet see, that heaven has been moving long before earth revealed the evidence. This is the mystery of the countdown. The manifestation begins unseen before it bursts into the scene. The silent exchange is already securing your healing, already locking your breakthrough, already guaranteeing your release. And here is the promise. Nothing was lost. Not one tear. Not one prayer. Not one moment of endurance. Everything has been stored, multiplied, and is now being released at the appointed time. You feared the years were wasted, but heaven wastes nothing. You thought opportunities slipped away, but heaven has preserved greater ones for your future. You believed the miracle was delayed beyond recovery, but in this silent exchange, all is restored and more. Your role now is to rest in faith. Trust the unseen. Know that while men's words are loud, heaven's decrees are sure. Trust that while the enemy boasts, his contracts are being shredded even now. Trust that the silent exchange is more powerful than the loudest opposition. For what is written in your name cannot be denied, and what is sealed in heaven cannot be broken by man. This is your hour of restoration through silence. This is the holy transaction you could not orchestrate, but heaven has completed for you. Rest. Your miracle is already written, already exchanged, already released. Type "I trust heaven's exchange" in the comments if this word speaks to your spirit. Blessing code 6060 is now released into your life. The hour of justice has come. For too long, delay has been the shadow that followed you, sickness the weight that pressed you, and betrayal the wound that pierced your heart. But heaven declares today that justice is in motion. The same forces that delayed your miracle will now stumble under the very weight they placed upon you. What resisted you will now collapse. What oppressed you will now be judged. And what held you back will now be forced to release sevenfold what it tried to withhold. Hear me clearly. This is divine reversal. The script has shifted. The same hand that once worked against you will now work for you. The same atmosphere that once resisted you will now carry you. The same mouths that once mocked you will be silenced, for heaven has spoken, and the decree is final. What delayed you will now delay your enemies, says the Lord. Every snare they set has turned against them. Every curse they whispered has recoiled. Every attempt to derail you has become their stumbling block. This is not vengeance born of flesh. This is justice born of heaven. For the throne of God is a throne of righteousness, and he does not forget the cries of his chosen. Your tears were not only recorded, they were weighed as evidence. Your patience was not only seen, it was honored as testimony. And now, heaven's verdict has been issued. The season of reversal is here. You will not leave this season empty-handed. You will leave with multiplied joy, multiplied strength, and multiplied restoration. What was meant to destroy you has instead equipped you. What was meant to silence you has instead elevated you. What was meant to bury you has instead planted you. And now, just as seeds break through soil after long darkness, your miracle is breaking forth after years of delay. The ground that once seemed hard is now fertile, bursting with fruit that cannot be contained. The one who thought your end had come will watch as your new beginning unfolds. This reversal is not partial. It is complete. Where you lost time, heaven restores acceleration. Where you lost health, heaven restores wholeness. Where you lost peace, heaven restores abundance. And where you lost opportunities, heaven restores open doors that no man can shut. Nothing will remain unfinished, for the countdown of your healing has included justice in its release. This is not only restoration, this is divine compensation. You will be paid back in joy for every tear, in laughter for every sorrow, in strength for every weakness. Let this truth settle deep in your spirit. You are not leaving this season as the same person who entered it. You are leaving elevated, vindicated, healed, and restored. This is heaven's justice. This is heaven's decree. This is heaven's reversal. And nothing in the seen or unseen can overturn it. Type "divine justice is mine" in the comments if you believe this word. Blessing code 7171 has now been poured into your life. Beloved, the word has been spoken, and the seal has been set. Your name is written, your countdown has begun, and your healing miracle is in motion. Every tear, every cry, every silent prayer has been gathered and answered in this hour. The years of delay are over, the season of waiting has expired, and the moment of manifestation is at hand. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are the one heaven has chosen to rise from the ashes, to walk in strength, to shine as a living testimony of God's restoring power. The weight you carried has been lifted. The storm you endured has passed. And now, the peace of heaven wraps around you like a mantle. I, Michael, declare this over your life. You are sealed, seen, and sent. Sealed by the promise written in your name. Seen by the eyes of the Most High, who never left your sight. Sent into a future where your healing is not just for you, but for every soul who will see your testimony and believe. Your life is proof that delay is not denial, that waiting is not wasted, that what heaven writes cannot be erased. So rise now. Rise in strength. Rise in faith. Rise in the authority of one whose countdown has reached its fulfillment. For your healing is here, your miracle is real, and your destiny is unfolding even now. Let peace guard you. Let joy carry you. Let hope lead you forward into the next chapter of glory. This is your final affirmation. You are chosen. You are healed, you are elevated, and you are unstoppable. Type "My miracle is sealed" in the comments if you receive this closing blessing. Blessing code 9999 is now covering your life. Beloved, before we close this sacred word, I invite you to join hands with this mission of light. Every time you give, whether through Super Thanks, channel membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you are not just supporting a voice, you are sowing into the fire of God's word that reaches souls across the nations. The word says, "Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed." As you release into this ministry, I declare refreshment over your body, your spirit, and your household. This is not charity. This is prophecy in action. Your giving becomes a river that carries healing, hope, and revelation to those waiting for their countdown miracle. Do not miss this moment. Act in faith, sow with boldness, and watch heaven pour back into your life with overflowing favor.